my God, oh my God. Welcome to the upper room, ladies and gentlemen, all zero of you. It is a beautiful Tuesday, the 30th of December. Let's find out what the temperature is. It is at least, 27 degrees projected. So today, what I want to do today is react as a follow-up to a video that my good friend Joe Emilio did a few weeks ago. The links are all below in the description. But for now, this morning, what I want to do is actually watch a follow-up video, an exclusive video that Joe did, an interview with the Kiffness. But for context, let's do this. I'm going to first of all, actually, if you're catching this video after the fact, I shall do this. I want to show you what the weather is like right now. Actually, let me switch mics real quick. Quick technical decision made over here. I'll switch back to that other mic. But yeah, so here we go. Yeah, welcome to the upper room. First of all, if this is your first time in the upper room is basically where grown folks talk. My name is Pete Swagger, the Bald Bonanza, at least for today. And we're going to be talking and reacting to a good interview with two great South Africans that have been mired in a bit of controversy. I'm not going to dramatize it, but yeah, you can see it in the title. Here we go. You can see it in the title. There we go. Okay, I've laced it up. Anyway, this channel is about a month long, and this is the sort of thing that I'd like to do. Good morning. It's 11 a.m. in Cape Town. Here we go. I should actually be showing you this. Sorry about that. Uno momento, por favor. Here we go. Beautiful day here in Cape Town. Let me show you a view of Lion's Head. There you go. Let's see. Side by side. Not trailer view. Weather view. There we go. There you go. So, as you can see, this is the live view. Let me take that video logo off. I'm doing a little too much technical work here. But we're going to get into it just now. We're going to get into it. As you can see in the title. I need not worry about that thing. Beautiful day here in Cape Town. So what I want to do, I'm going to play this video of a really, really great interview by my good friend Joe Emilio. Shout out to him. Here we go. Let me just do that here. Shout out to Joe Emilio. He did, in the crawler. You can follow him. Go subscribe. His channel is in the links below. He did a really good interview with the Kiffness, right? So yesterday, the concert of Mr. The Kiffness happened at Kirstenbosch Gardens. And if you're here, how's it? There's two people watching. We're busy doing a reaction video. How's it? Hey. Welcome in. It's holiday time. Having my Arabica coffee. And then we're going to watch that interview. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I have the interview in the links below. I encourage you to watch the whole thing, but we'll see now. I'm just kind of waiting for a couple of people to rock up over here. How's it? I see two people watching over there. Anyway, this is the view. This is the current situation in Cape Town. Clear skies, parasailing, the wind is low, temperature is high. What is it? We've got 72 degrees humidity. All right, let's get into it. So, a couple of weeks ago, I did a bit of a reaction of Joe's interview with a lady named Wendy, right? This was a protest of Kirstenbosch Gardens, and it was very interesting. I've linked it below, but this is the... let's get into it. What the fuck am I talking about? My apologies. I'm rambling here. What the hell? What is this, showtime? Let me just put the thingy up. Okay. So, turn down the music. My apologies there. There you go. Add this to the stage. This is a side view, trailer view, side view. There you go, single view. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, merde. Sorry about this. God damn, man. I should have my shit together. This should be all right. Give me a second. Oh, boy. This is why this is why my channel's not growing. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. But, you know, my face should be bigger on the other side. What are we doing? That's what I wanted. All right. All right. By the way, I'm not going to play the whole video, okay? There are a couple of things that were mentioned and said in this video, in this interview, that I kind of want to highlight. Joe, I encourage you. I encourage you to go catch Joe's full interview. It's in the link is in the below. All right. Hey, Marissa. Oi. Marissa, it's your first time. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Good morning. I hope you're having a fruitful morning. Yeah. You know, this is struggle streamer days over here. Thank you for showing up. I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with Joe Emilio, right? Yeah. Good buddy of mine. I'm pretty sure you've seen the video, but these are just my thoughts. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but yeah. Thanks for showing up, Marissa. Aangenaam. Yeah, so here we go. I'm assuming I can say aangenaam. Here we go. This is Joe Emilio and the Kiffness, an interview behind the scenes, all right? Before the Kiffness went on stage at Kirstenbosch yesterday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newsflash. My name is Joe Emilio. I'm your host, as always. And today I'm sitting here with the one, the only, the infamous, the famous, the cat-loving guy, music player. You know who he is, the Kiffness, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Kiff, how are you doing?
The cat supremacist.
The cat supremacist.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting. This is interesting. What do you call the Kiffness? When you meet the Kiff, do you call him Mr. the Kiffness? Or the Kiff? Or do you call him Kiff? It's a bit of a dilemma when he's booking a hotel room and he shows up at the reception. Kiff? The Kiffness.
That new title that you've embraced.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much, Marissa.
Lift the paw.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Marissa. You say, yes, you, of course, you know him. Who doesn't know Joe Emilio, who isn't in my channel? And my Afrikaans, yeah, thank you very much. Ek het my Afrikaans geleer op 7de laan. Yeah. Take that what you think.
This angle's fine. This angle.
Nah.
Anything in between. No.
For those of you who may not know, I am actually here at the Kiffness's concert at Kirstenbosch, the one that was so apparently, people were trying to have it canceled,
controversial,
and perform, and well, we've got news for you, ladies and gentlemen. By the time you're watching this, it happened without a hitch, and I'm sure I'll be showing some B-roll of the awesome
there you go.
people that were here.
Yeah. Look, so what the heck? So I'm gonna pause and start the video every once in a while. I just want you guys to have a look at what that scene looks like. This is exactly normal, everyday, regular South Africans. Now, one can look at this crowd and go, it's a bicky beige. It's a bicky beige. Okay, fine. Okay, well, but if you look closer, you will see there's all types in here. You know, there's families, there's black people, colored people. Wah. Look, of course, this is not an exact image of the entirety of the South African existence. There is never going to be a situation like that ever. All right, but these are regular people. There's at least what? There's tens of thousands. It's tens of thousands. Okay, there's more than 1,000 people there. They're regular people who paid to go watch the Kiffness. Regular South Africans. Yeah, the same people you would meet in traffic, the same people you see at a rugby game, the same regular motherfuckers. Yep.
Here, so they were great success.
Yeah.
But Kif, thank you so much for giving me some of your time. Before you go on stage and stuff. I think let's start off this interview with a nice, easy question. We're heading into the end of 2025. And you've had quite a stellar year. I've heard in other interviews that you've done over 60 countries.
Hello, 60 countries, eh? 60 countries. Marissa, Mr. Mew Mew. Yeah, the cat supremacist, Mr. Mew Mew Mew. But just to this point that's being made right now, Mr. Kiffness over here, this is a self-starting individual, all right, who has managed to find international success despite the industry, despite COVID, because a lot of us know him from COVID. Oh, hey, let me pause over here. Let me back. Hey, Eileen, thank you for showing up. Eileen says, hi, Pete and everyone. Sorry for my absence, been busy, and my feet. Welcome, Eileen. Look, listen, it's what, the 30th of December. Of course you're going to be busy. But thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. We're talking about the Kiffness, and I'm watching the reaction. I'm watching the interview that Joe did with the Kiffness behind the scenes. There were a couple of things that they spoke about that I want to point out. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I'm going to skip through a few parts where want to give my commentary on. Yeah, feel free to let me know what you think.
60 cities, sorry. And I was just wondering, how are you feeling now at the end, as we head off at the end of 2025? This is your last show in 2025. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling strangely calm. I mean, amidst all the noise on social media and these NGOs that have done 4 protests, there was meant to be a protest today.
Yeah.
But they cancelled it, which is great.
How's that? Okay. So in my previous video, I was lamenting against, and I was just lamenting, not even that word. I was just talking about how ridiculous it is that, it is that people are protesting the Kiffness, right? They're protesting a voluntary event. Right? They wanted to cancel the event. Why? Racism is not Kiff. Look at that poster. Racism is not Kiff. Okay. Yeah. And then racism is not Kiff. Of course, racism is not Kiff. So that means then, families and people who have been working hard, normal, everyday, average South Africans who have been working their ass off all fucking. Hey, man, Renee, you caught me mid-rant. And I'm not talking about the good town. What's up, Renee? Did you get enough sleep? Holla. Anyway, what I was trying to say. I was mid-rant. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that normal, everyday, average South Africans on the 28th of December want to go take their friends and family to go watch the guy who makes funny cat videos. Now let me say that again. normal, everyday, average South Africans who have bought and paid tickets to go watch the guy who made funny cat video music from the COVID days, who is now an international superstar, an actual South African international superstar. And then you're going to go paint a cardboard and you're going to protest against that guy. You know, me even saying it out loud, I sound ridiculous. Let's go back to this. This is, anyway. I really got too outraged over here. But you get the point. Anyway, let's continue.
I think, they realized now that the show's going ahead, it kind of took the wind out of their sails a bit. And they're protesting on Tuesday now.
Yeah. They want to cancel you after the fact.
Yeah. They're gonna, get in a time machine and.
How's that? Yeah. They're gonna call Marty McFly and go, oh, no. Abject failure. Now we're gonna go back and undo our stupidity. No, there's no takesies, backsies when it comes to dumb shit.
From the future or the past, whatever. I don't know what they're gonna protest, but
hey, the ladies are meeting each other.
I'm feeling good. As you said, it has been a great year. I've seen a lot of the world. I've been to many places. It's not the first time someone's tried to cancel my show.
Being around the world,
sure
yeah. Oh,
the guy who...
Okay. So let me go back real quick. Sylvain Gacy is actually a friend of mine. I appreciate the guy. But before, the Kiffness is going to talk about something here that I want to highlight. I want to highlight the interaction between Sylvain Gacy and the Kiffness, which I think is quite important because that's quintessential South African. But Marissa said something here. Ooh, there's a bit of a... what the hell is in my eye over here? Freaking summertime bugs. All right, Marissa said, Pete, it's because most of us are not crazy. Most of us are not... What the hell? There's a bit of a muggy flying over here. What the fuck is this? It's because most of us are not crazy Karens. Where we can still think logical. If I ever become one of them, the vet must come and put me down. If I ever become one of them, the vet must come put me down. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Marissa. Thank you. And I truly believe that. Most normal, everyday, average South Africans are normal. Rational. We are... Yo, man, we just trying to survive this shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for saying that. Back to my point, though. Back to the thing I was trying to say. I want you guys to notice what Mr. The Kiffness, I'm going to call him Mr. The Kiffness, says about his interaction between Sylvain Gacy. And by the way, Sylvain Gacy, a prolific South African. Once again, there's commonalities between these two individuals, right? The Kiffness is a self-start entertainer, right? Very talented, funny guy, really good musician, really good. I mean, you listen to his work, you see how he puts a freaking beat together. The guy is on point. He knows. It's undeniable, right? Sylvain Gacy, really great, like big personality, great actor, good-looking dude. Hey, don't take that away from him, huh? But also, he's managed as an individual to become a voice of a particular segment of the South African experience, right? Funny dude too. But listen to this. Listen to this story.
Strangely enough, I consider a friend, Sylvain Gacy, try to cancel some of my shows in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And, try to get people to take screenshots of my worst tweets and, give it to him so that he can show it to all these venues.
A whole
And
campaign.
there were hundreds of comments on this thread, and none of them could actually point towards any kind of racism
Zero
or
evidence.
whatever it was.
Zero evidence.
And then Civ actually came to my show in Seattle, which I thought was
Here we go.
amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that
There you go. That's it. There you go. That's it. That's the moment. That's a quintessential South African moment. I actually even know the guy in the wheelchair there, but they had differences. They had ideological differences, but they met. They spoke. And this moment happened.
after all of this, he actually came to the show and had a great time. And, we hung out backstage and chatted. And, that's the kind of thing I want more of in this country. I think,
Same here.
so
Same
many
here.
people see a tweet that they don't really understand. They don't understand where I'm coming from. And they just get angry for no reason. A lot of the time it's because a headline in the media tells them that I'm, apparently a racist or whatever, and they just believe it. And I know that because I used to be one of those people. I would just see a headline that says, Helen Zill's a racist.
Here's the thing about the Kiffness. Holy fuck. This guy was so woke. I know this because I was the same way. Man, if you look at my social media in 2012, 2013, holy shite. Idiot. I was an idiot. But you grow up, your views evolve. He's a dad now. That changes a man. That changes a man's perspective. And and as South Africans, I think we have to afford ourselves the room to change our minds on certain things, right? Without being cancelled. AKA Truth and Reconciliation Commission. You remember that? Anyway, it's baked in us.
Okay, well, Helen Zille is racist without even understanding what she said. And so when it started happening to me, I kind of realized, this is what the media does. They take people that speak their mind and they try and paint them out to be people that they're not.
Yeah, it's what the media has become. Yeah. I've become so cynical about the media these days, especially certain media houses, where it's like they're not even trying to hide. I'm old enough to understand that the media has always been corrupt. There's always been corrupt. I don't think there was ever an era where the media was 100% on point. But lately, I don't know, in the past 10 years, it feels as though, it looks as though they're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's almost as though it's purposeful. Where you can publicly state a blatant lie, an outright falsehood, demonstrable, and still go, yeah, don't care, behind the paywall. Yeah, the media.
I think slowly but surely more and more people are realizing that this is what's happening. I mean, just an hour ago, the Argus, the Cape Argus, which used to be an amazing newspaper, put out a headline saying the Kirstenbosch show is being cancelled, chaos happening at Kirstenbosch, and my manager drove by, and there was literally one person, Mehmet Dag.
Yeah.
Mehmet. Hey, Mehmet. I'm loving that haircut there, Mehmet. Mr. Dag. Look, I know enough not to make too much fun of guys like you. So I'm just going to say thank you for showing up. Did you buy a ticket, Mehmet?
Who, also said there's going to be 100,000 people, shutting this concert down. And he was
100,000. Think about this, guys. You're a newspaper, right? You're a newspaper. And someone says to you, hey, there's going to be a protest at the Kirstenbosch Gardens, right? This is a world famous venue. There's going to be 100,000 people, 100,000 people showing up at the Kirstenbosch Gardens, world famous venue, to protest. Whoa, to protest, to stop racism. Not only racism. No. Not only racism. We've got Islamophobia. That's two things. Blackophobia. I'm black. I've never heard. Blackophobia? Isn't that racism? What is blackophobia? You guys in the comments, can you tell me what blackophobia is? So, and also Cape Independence. They're going to protest Cape Independence. Holy shit, the 100,000 people. Imagine you're a newspaper trying to publish this shit. Who's going to believe you? Who the fuck is going to believe that? I don't. All right. Sorry about that. I'm just posing the question. Who the hell is going to believe that? On the 28th of December, 100,000 people are going to take their time off. 100,000 South Africans are going to take their time off going to the beach, having a braai with their friends, to come to the Kirstenbosch Gardens to protest stopping racism, stopping Islamophobia, blackophobia. Woo! Add that to the poster and Cape Independence. What the?
Bloody guy, he actually rocked up. I mean, props to him for even coming and waiting for
Oh
people to
shit!
arrive,
He
which
looks
didn't
like he had a bit of a breakdown there. Oh no, Brit. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're gonna go protest in the middle of summer, okay, you guys are saying something over here. I don't want to rant too much, but you guys are on board here. If you're gonna go protest in the middle of summer, don't wear a suit. Don't wear a suit. This is South Africa, my guy. 40 degrees outside. Yeah, no one believes mainstream media anymore. You know what? I believe mainstream media, but in the opposite direction. So here's what I do. I read mainstream media, but whenever I hear them being passionate about something, I usually go, why are you being passionate about this? You know, thou doth protest too much. Yeah. So as soon as they accusing someone of racism, bigotry, I'm going, I should probably find out who that is. But you're right. Yeah, a made up word like the rest of the phobias. Blackophobia. Yeah. The fear of men in black. Are you serious? Come on, one of the best Will Smith movies. This is before the smack. This is Will Smith before the smack. Blackophobia. Anyway, let's keep it pumping.
happen. But yeah, I think it's been an interesting year in terms of seeing what happens online and then seeing what happens in reality. And often
see, there you go. See, spoken like a wise man. So René says, yeah, in Afrikaans we say, waar daar a rookie is daar a vuurtjie. is daar a vuurtjie. Okay, you know what? You're going to have to explain that. If you want to, René, you want to translate that a little bit? My Afrikaans is good, but it's not that good. It's not that good. All right. So yeah, but what Mr. Kiffness says here is actually quite dope. You know, a grown man evolves, and one part of the evolution of a man is sort of realizing limitations and capabilities. And this is a learning. Let me scrub back a little bit here, because he said something important.
It's been an interesting year in terms of seeing what happens online and then seeing what happens in reality. And often the case is that they're like parallel universes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've kind of just put my head down where I can when I'm on tour. You know, I'm just working and trying to do my thing.
Yeah, singular focus. You do your thing. You carve your path. You make sure that you understand the differentiation between the two worlds. There's the online world, and then there's the real world. The real world is paramount. The real world is paramount. The online world works underneath the real world. So if you're not attached to the real world, you will kind of tend to see that the online world is the world. This is why the phrase "get out and touch grass" comes from. And hopefully, as a young person, you learn that osmotically, and you don't get slapped in the face by real life, you know, thinking that you're operating. Yeah, you really need to understand this. And I'm speaking to anyone who's under the age of 30. If you're over the age of 30 and you think online is the real world, boy, do you have a lesson to learn. Here we go. Let's keep it bumping.
But I think it's also important that we push back against the nonsense. You know,
Yes.
when I show the video to the
Okay.
tape artist,
Thank you, Marissa. I think you translated it. Okay, let's go back to what René was saying. Okay, waar daar is rookie smoke, there is a fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah. If it quacks like a duck.
saying,
What
"This
the
is what's
fuck?
actually happening? There's no one here. Like, what are you talking about?" They deleted the tweet.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And I think they realize, you know, people are pushing back against the stuff that they're putting out. And, you know, it takes people like you and myself. I mean, you've been instrumental in showing what is actually happening
Yeah.
versus what the media is putting out.
Yeah.
And I can't.
So this is part of Joe's video that I reacted to. Wendy, there's
And,
Wendy. Sorry, let me just go Wendy.
It's actually happening.
Yeah, I encourage you to go check that interview out. I'll link it below, but my reaction to it also, I'll link it below. But yeah, and let's keep it
what the
moving.
media is putting out.
Yeah.
And I can't thank you enough personally
I
for
think
taking the time. I mean, I know you've got a new hip,
Ah.
so it can't be easy, you know, walking out there with a crutch, and you know you've got all these people surrounding you, and but it
cameraman
takes-
as well.
Yeah,
And by
you've
the
got-
way,
you've got
thanks
your
for
cameraman
showing up.
also taking abuse, but
I see a couple of
I think you
people.
guys.
I see a couple of people in the watching live. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for showing up. And also Marissa, you're a first time listener. Yeah, this is what I do every once in a while. Pull in. Don't worry. Hey, I'm a bit irreverent. You know. I like to think that I speak my mind on this channel. This is the upper room. It's where grown folks are vast. I figured let me have a coffee. My buddy Joe released a video this morning that I have to react to. So yeah. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, appreciate you. If you have any comments, dump it below. Let's have a conversation. This guy I do not like. I do not like this guy.
Are truth seekers like myself.
absolutely.
We just want the truth.
Yeah.
And I think people also realize that it takes people like you that aren't paid by a media house or the government
There you go.
to sell a story. Like, you're literally your own person, you're established in your own way, and you literally just want the truth. Obviously you do get paid by like YouTube and that kind of thing, but
Oh,
as
no.
far-
Hey, listen. Of course he get paid. Okay, two things he said there, all right? Truth. We all want the truth. I want the truth. I don't want to be lied to. All right? I don't want to be lied to. I think mainstream media constantly lies to me, and it undermines my integrity. No, not integrity, my intelligence, right? I'm not a stupid man. I'm not saying I'm the super smart guy. I'm your normal, average, everyday motherfucker. I'll say it. I'm your normal, average, everyday motherfucker. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Mainstream media. That's going to change.
As I know, that's just a bonus. Like the main thing is the truth.
Yeah.
You've got stolen ground, which
Running out of
people
coffee.
Are fundraising for you. Go give this guy money. So that
Yeah, by the way, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone in the comments already knows about Joe Emilio's project, Stolen Ground. Man, what a great documentary. Yeah, man, support Joe. He's doing good work, but it's really good though. It's really good. If you don't want to be lied to, you want to be told the truth in all of its raw format, unfiltered, because you're a grown person. You in the upper room. You're not in intensive care. There's no special needs over here. There's no special needs. We treat you over here intellectually equal. All right? You walking through the door in the upper room. Yeah, you leave your bullshit at the door. This is Japanese style. Leave your shoes at the door. Hopefully your feet don't stink. If your feet stink, someone will tap you on the shoulder and go, hey, there's the bathroom. Go wash your feet. Your feet stink. This is the upper room. Everyone will be respectful. Just don't bullshit. Don't bullshit. And yeah, support those who can.
you can make groundbreaking documentaries that the media will never tell.
Yeah.
You know?
We're talking about you, Cape Argus.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Marissa. Yes, yeah. I've seen you in Ronaldo's comment section. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, listen, could you do me a favor? Just hit subscribe. Maybe hit a like. I'm a struggle streamer over here, but thank you. Pull in. I appreciate Ronaldo. One day when I'm a grown man, when I'm a big boy, I'll have him on the channel, because I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask him about, conversation to have. He's in PE. I grew up in Port Elizabeth. Actually, I met Ronaldo many years ago. I'll tell the story. Yeah, I knew Ronaldo back when he was Reindeer. Port Elizabeth. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for showing up, Marissa. Barcelar. Double S. I'm familiar with the double S. All right. Hey, Arbot. Thank you for hey, Arbot. What's up? How you doing, man? Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Okay, so Marissa says, Aileen says, I believe in love, not war. People that protest and fight does not have love at home. True. 100%, Marissa. I'm running out of Milo over there, coffee. 100%. I happen to think, okay, well, let's clean it up a little bit, Marissa. I agree with you. But I also think that protesting is not bad. When something is going awry, this is part of freedom, right? You are allowed to gather a group of people and go, fuck no, hell no. We won't do it. This is how apartheid fell. There was a group of people who said, no, we're not going to do this. No, shut it down. It's not working anymore. But also, Eileen, I would say that in modern times, right now, in this current day and age, I think protesting has been weaponized, right? Protesting is a means to acquire power in society, right? And so this is why these protesters usually come off and sound like bullies, right? They're going to shut down a concert where a guy who makes funny cat videos, who is Christian, who disagrees with your political ideology, then you're going to cancel them. So in that means protest. 100,000 people with no families were going to gather at Kirstenbosch Gardens to protest the Kiffness? I don't think so. There you go. Hey, Toast. What up, Toast? Hey, I hope that you're not burnt toast. All right. Welcome. Willkommen, mein Herr. Willkommen.
Yeah.
First, let me say thank you so much. But I listen. I've been a fan of yours. I don't know if you remember, but in lockdown, I had you on my show once. We did an interview together. I've been a fan of yours since then. Followed you a lot. I enjoy your music, your cat videos, everything. Very proud as well. There were moments, when I remember Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, this
had
is
one
another
of
thing.
your videos on his show. I mean, that's a huge thing.
Okay. As a South African, you kind of look at this. This self-start guy during one of the world's most tough times, right? Everybody remembers COVID. Everybody's life changed after COVID. My life changed after COVID, But one of the things that came out of that was this guy making funny cat videos. Not cat videos, but what he was doing really brought levity during a tough time. And he's a South African. Why can't we be proud of a guy like this, right? We're proud of the Springboks. It boggles my mind why any normal average, there was normal everyday average South African looks at this and goes, fuck yes, more of this. We need more of the Kiffnesses. We need more of the Kiffnesses. Talented. It sounds like I'm fucking singing his praises at this point. No. If it was somebody different, but from South Africa, wouldn't we want to go, yo, this is our guy. The world is seeing our guy, as opposed to all the politicians. Yeah? I would prefer the world to know South Africans. I prefer the world to know South Africa through this guy, the Kiffness, rather than some of our politicians. All of our politicians. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Let's keep it bumping.
And for a South African to be on such an international
daytime,
but day show, a talk show. I thought it was a huge deal, and South Africans should be proud of that. The way that you've brought
You get it, Rene.
Representing South Africa, going around to all these different cities, sharing your music. For me, that's a big deal, and that's why I tweeted when these guys started, trying to.
Oh, let's read the tweet. Let's read the tweet. We got the time. Let's read the tweet. Okay. What y'all lefties don't get. What y'all lefties don't get is that people are buying tickets to be entertained by the Kiffness because they like his music. I'm gonna try do the best Joe Emilio. Yeah. Look, this show's got to be entertaining. They don't care about his politics, views, or opinions. This guy has traveled the world, sold out worldwide. I'm having too much of a good time. I think that coffee is kicking in. Anyone trying to cancel him is just jealous of his success, and you will fail to cancel him. Keep going, Kiff. Many South Africans are proud of you. Don't forget that. Goddamn fucking right. Goddamn fucking right.
I said, don't listen to this small, loud group of people, because thousands upon thousands upon thousands, maybe even millions of not just South Africans, but people around the world love you and are proud of the work that you do, especially South Africans. And in that.
Yeah, you've made an impact. You've made an impact. And that's a very rare human thing. As a human, just like a regular, normal Homo sapien, someone with a conscience. That's quite an achievement where you create a thing and it has a world impact. That's a thing. A South African did it. Hello? I'm gonna keep
I did.
I want to keep it moving.
There was a lot of people agreeing with me. Like, don't listen to them. I mean, like, people will see in the B-rolls that like there were thousands of people here.
Look at that. Look at that. Look. It's beige. It's a little beige. Yeah, but there are significant parts of South Africa that's beige. All right? I would like to think that maybe we should have more of the Kiffnesses, more of the Kirstenbosches across the country. How about that? I'm thinking less protests, less activists, more creators, more unifiers. Let's keep it bumping. I'm getting ridiculous right now.
We mustn't listen to these small groups of people that are being very loud, but have no facts at all on their side. And I think,
yes, pure emotion.
I must commend Kirstenbosch and Sunby for not giving in. I mean, I know there was maybe a touch and go moment for a little bit, but at the end of the day, the concert is happening. You're on the lineup. You are doing the show. So cancel culture didn't win this time. And I think that deserves credit where credit is due.
Losers!
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
All right, I'm going to pause it there real quick. Because they're going to get into some behind the scenes stuff, which is great. But first off, this coffee is kicking in. It's almost midday. If you're watching this video and not live, I just want to let you know. Look. It is okay to have of course it's okay to have your own political opinions, your stance. You want to fight for a cause. But if you find yourself, and I'm talking to the younger people, if you're under the age of 30, right? You want to free Palestine. Okay, I empathize. Believe it or not, I empathize. Look, I don't think anybody wants war. What's happening over there is fucking terrible. But what's happening over there has been happening for thousands of years, okay? And what's happening in Kirstenbosch is a fucking concert. All right? Can you tell the difference? Sorry. I'm talking to the people under the age of 30. If you're over the age of 30 and you still believe, you're going to cancel the Kiffness, it's over for you. But if you're under the age of 30, dude, young person, hey, these two things can remain true. You can fight for Palestine, however you feel you have the solution. You're under the age of 30. You think you're going to solve a 6,000-year-old problem. Okay, good on you. But regular, normal, everyday South Africans like the Kiffness. We like cat videos. We like success. We like to see successful South Africans globally. Okay, they might not agree with you politically, but yeah, you're under the age of 30. Of course, a guy like the Kiffness is not going to be aligned with you politically. All right, get your shit together, young person. And I'm talking to the people over the age of 30. Enough with the protesting. Enough. Leave the Greta Thunberg shit for Greta Thunberg.
Sure, well, I'm really tapping into the hard stuff, before the show. That
really hard
super
water.
Strong water.
I have a niece.
Sparkling water. It really gets you in the throat there. No, but I used to get, you know, quite nervous before shows, especially big shows like this. You know, the show's happening in a couple hours. Maybe I will be nervous, but someone told me that the part of your brain that tells you that you're nervous is the same part that actually tells you when you're excited. And so I've learned how to trick myself into...
Yo, that's a great psychological trick that you can play on yourself. You know, look, one of the reasons I'm holding a mic like this is because I did stand-up comedy for like 10 years. I retired. But what he's saying is 100% correct, right? Nervousness before a show always exists. Any entertainer that tells you they're not nervous before they go to a show, a little bit, that's either someone that doesn't give a fuck anymore, an entertainer that doesn't give a fuck anymore, or someone who doesn't understand the stakes. You have to have a little bit of because that gets you going. All right. But this is behind the scenes, all right? This is behind the scenes stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's see what you're talking about in the comments, you
saying
guys.
that I'm actually just excited when I'm feeling nervous.
Marissa says...
That's the one thing.
Oh, look at that scene. Marissa says, people should learn that just because we don't agree on stuff, it doesn't make us bad people. If we all believe the same shit, we are the same. And you know what? Yeah, 100% Marissa. Like, for instance, I believe there's let me get closer here. I believe that there's nothing wrong with pineapple on pizza. Now, that's what I believe. All right? Not many people believe that. Not many people believe that. Anyway, I thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Eileen says, South Africans love the music black, white, pink. Yeah, exactly. Fucking exactly. I mean, look. Just look at the amount of internationally famous South African musicians. For fuck's sakes, race has nothing to do with it. Well, race has something to do with it, but not in the way that people think that it is. These fucking protesters. Look, if anything has to be said, this proves the point. Anyway, let's keep it bumping.
And it's good to be a little bit nervous, you know, have a little bit of adrenaline, because the strangest thing happens on stage when you've got adrenaline pumping through your body. Everything goes...
Hey, 144. Hey, 140. 144. How's my sound? How am I doing? Because I'm back on this mic. How's my sound? Are we? Welcome, man. Welcome in. Are we?
First time it happened, I was opening for Goldfish at the Durban Botanical Gardens, and I literally thought my computer had broke, like it wasn't working, because the song felt so slow. It was like 127 BPM song.
Oh, that's a technical element. Like all right. So yeah, we're getting... By the way, I don't want to... maybe I should skip a little bit. I don't want to watch the whole video here. You guys should go watch the entire video on Joe Emilio's channel. All right. But if you're not, I'm going to add my own layer of stuff on top of what he said. But yeah. Oh, Marissa, you got a problem with pineapple on pizza? No, Pete. Warm pineapple on that? Okay. All right. Warm. Who said anything about... Who the hell warms pineapple before they put it on pizza? No. See, here's the thing. Here's the trick. let me get closer here. Here's the trick. All right, Marissa. Here's the trick. You make the pizza, right? You keep the pineapple frosted, right? Keep the pineapple frosted. You make the pizza. Then you put the pineapple on top of the pizza After the pizza is made, you don't fry the pizza alongside. See what I'm saying? Then when you eat it, you got chilled pineapple on hot ass pizza. That's an adventure. That's an adventure. Yep. Welcome, 1044 and our bot. Yep. There you go. Let's keep it bumping. Marissa, pineapple on pizza. It's a thing. It's a thing. Accept it.
It felt like it was just going doof, doof. And I was like, what is going on? But it was the adrenaline.
Yeah.
So I've learned how to tap into adrenaline. I used to try and suppress that feeling with, tequila and beer. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy. Because I did that
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at this! Look, that's a failed protest. That's a failed protest. People like the Kiffness. People love the Kiffness. South Africans love the Kiffness. All right? Okay. I'm done with these protesters, man. I'm done with these activists. I'm done. I'm done with the Cape Argus, all of these media houses who are constantly lying. Constantly lying. Look at this. Normal, everyday, average South Africans don't play that.
at Opi Kopi, where I just had a drink that was way too strong because I was really nervous, and then I couldn't play my trumpet.
Oh boy.
And it was a dog show. I mean, I still perform.
All right. I think the Kiffness is snitching on himself over here. Have you ever had Arbot? Let me ask you this. Arbot and 1044. Arbot 1044. I got a question for you guys. Have you ever had a situation where you drank so much strong water, like still water, extra strong still water, that you couldn't play your trumpet? That ever happened to you?
All right.
Just answer in the comments.
It was like a 1 a.m. show, so I don't think people really cared about whether my trumpet was in tune or not. But yeah, these days I drink just water and I listen to a little bit of music backstage, normally Freestyler by Bomb Funk.
Rock-a-fuck-a phone,
Bomb
bam,
Funk
bam.
MC, am I right?
Yeah, Bomb Funk MCs. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah. I think the Kiffness just told his age.
Darude Sandstorm,
Anyone over the age of 40 knows that music.
just get the blood going and move
It
around
bounce.
a little bit. So
Shit, I used to jam to that shit so hardcore. Anyway, so Marissa says, ooh, okay. So that's a no from you. You've never. All right. I smell bullshit.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
What?
I don't believe you.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And so Renee, oh, you guys are chatting. All right. Oh yeah, of course. I'm talking about the clubbing days. You remember the clubbing days? Anyway, let's keep it bumping.
yeah,
Let's keep it bumping.
and then I say a little prayer to myself, to God, and I just say, let your will be done, whatever happens. And I think particularly for this show, it'll be a very different prayer because you never know what will happen with everything that's been going on. We saw what happened at Bondi Beach.
Yeah.
We saw what happened in Israel. Hamas doesn't have the.
Yeah, that was rough, man. That was rough. Yeah, October. That was rough. Yo. I tell you what. Let me take care of this biological concern. This is gonna play on. I'm gonna.
Best
I'll
reputation
be right
when
back.
it comes to music festivals. So
Yeah.
you never know. Like,
Yeah.
but I do think everything will be fine. But I am going to say a prayer. I've got many friends, you know, around the country and around the world actually praying for me at my church. You know, the leaders on Christmas Day told me, you know, on Sunday we're going to pray for you, and you know, it's already. I think the prayers are working because
Yeah.
the fact that there's no protests happening
Yeah.
today. You know, the one guy who did come has already left. So thank you to everyone who has been praying.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm not a religious person. You know, I wasn't praying. However, my thoughts were on board because I this is one of those. Let me actually gather my thoughts proper here. Okay, this is important. I happen to think that we are going through one of those moments in human history where there's a cultural battle. There's a cultural struggle here. We have people who believe in an alternative reality and those who believe in normality. We tend to phrase it in ideological terms. I'll use the ideological terms: conservatism and progressivism, liberal. You know, in North America we have Democrats, Republicans. So we have these proxy terms of what this current human cultural struggle is. And I think the cultural struggle is born off of the information age. This cancel culture shit only started really bubbling up during the social media evolution. Now, we've had these iterations in history before, if you read about it. However, this particular version of it, where someone can show up at a concert and go, no, you don't get to fucking enjoy this concert because I disagree with the performer. Horse dongle.
I really do appreciate it. And yeah, but I feel strangely at peace. Whatever happens, it's God's will. And yeah, it's been a very testing time.
All right. I'm so glad, Marissa, that you brought up the term rave. Yeah. At 1044, the clubbing days, back in the day, reach for the lasers, safe as fuck. It's all gone Pete Tong. Yeah, I remember Timo Mars, Paul Van Dyke. Never walk alone. I don't know. Is that a Liverpool thingy? Oh shit! I used to be a raver back in the day. You know, back when Madiba was still alive. That's how old I am. All right, let's keep it bumping.
But there's a verse in the Bible, James, that says, consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kind, because those trials develop perseverance, and perseverance develops character. And it's a strange verse to anyone who isn't, you know, a believer, because why would you consider trials pure joy? And it's not because they're enjoyable to go through. Obviously, they're not enjoyable, but it's with the mindset of going, you know, this is a hurdle, but I'm going to embrace it and be happy about it because it's actually going to make me a more resilient person.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. See, those are the words of a wise man. You know, if you phrase what he just said, as a father teaching his sons and daughters how to deal with adversity, right? What better way to deal, right? Persevere, walk through it, because at the end, if you manage to walk through your adversity, you will come out on the other side, guaranteed, a better human being. Because when that adversity turns around again, comes back at you, you know exactly, you are comfortable to know that you can go through it, you can endure it. That's a better lesson. That's a better lesson to learn. All right. 1044 says, I did enjoy Underground though. Metalheads are my people. I see. All right. I had some metalhead friends who really loved. You seem like a Rob Zombie type of dude. Hey, 1044, Mr. Rob Zombie. Yeah, let's keep it bumping.
See what's happened the last few months. I feel far more resilient than I was 2 months ago, and I've lent into my faith. So yeah.
No, that's excellent, man. Similar, not exactly the same, but it makes me think of
Aye,
that saying,
Eileen.
what doesn't kill you makes you
Aye,
stronger.
Eileen.
Yeah.
And just to end off on a very light note, I like asking performers this question.
All right, so
So you have like
here's the section. I think the rest of this conversation drifts into more like some of my favorite topics is behind the scenes performance and how the Kiffness handles being on tour, all of that stuff, being famous. And I encourage you guys, watch the full interview down below. But hey, man, if you're enjoying my commentary on top of this, cool. Yeah, pull in. So the next half of this interview is going to be mostly that. But yeah. So far, let me summarize what's been said here. The first, because it's been an hour, okay? Let me summarize. The mere fact that the protest against the Kiffness. Let me zoom in here. Let's get focused. So the mere fact that the Kiffness's protest against the Kiffness has failed means that normal, everyday, average South Africans are still fucking dope. All right. If you're watching this now and you consider yourself a normal, everyday, rational, even-keeled South African, you're just trying to, you're not trying to swindle anyone. You're not trying to fucking get one over on anyone. You're not trying to win a campaign. You're not one of these fucking bullshit ass politicians. You're not one of these lying ass journalists or activists. You're just a normal everyday motherfucker who doesn't like traffic, who's sick and tired of potholes, and at the end of the year you don't have a bonus, but you have enough money just to go to a concert, to watch the cat video guy that gave you so much entertainment during one of the toughest months, years, several years of the South African life. You want to go support him? I'm talking to you. Kudos to you. Happy holidays. And I hope you have a great and prosperous 2026. Think I lost my point there in the middle of my rage. I'm not even raging. I'm just saying. Normal, everyday South Africans, kudos to you. Thank you. All right? Welcome to the upper room. You're my type of people. All right? Yeah. Look, life is tough. Yeah, life is tough. Okay. We got some shitty people in charge. But high five your neighbor. High five the homies. You know? Support a guy like Joe Emilio. Hit like and subscribe. But also, you know, stay normal. Stay rational. Stay regular, man. Stay regular. Don't get This is proof and pudding. The success of the Kiffness and his show is an illustration. It's over. Wokeness is done. All right. So let's see. I just want to be left alone and would gladly extend the courtesy to others. Man. Leave me the fuck alone. You know? Yeah, I just want to braai in peace. I want to play my video games alone. I have my own group of friends. I don't need new friends. You know? Yeah, I don't want to lament. I'm going to lament. This forced diversity bullshit. No. I get to choose my tribe. How about I choose my tribe? All right? How about I design who I want to associate with? All right? How about I decide which and who I'm going to support? I'm going to go to the Kiffness. You don't like it? Okay. Stay at home then. Stay at home. Stay at home. Much like they did. The protest on the 28th was cancelled. One guy rocked up with a fucked up ass car. Now, I don't want to shit on the dude, but you rocked up in a protest with a full suit and you're a bald man. God damn. Anyways, let's keep it bumping. But that's all I wanted to say really on the subject. So the next section is them talking about behind the scenes. But there's some interesting stuff to be learned over there. All right, let's keep it. Let's go back to it. Go on, Joe.
The most awkward performance experience, or the worst gig, the most embarrassing
worst
gig.
gigs.
Anything that you think is like funny, like something happened funny or whatever.
So you can actually find the clip on YouTube from, I think it was like 2012 or 2013. I was the goldfish mascot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
For goldfish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this happened. I happen to believe that and it's popping on the mic. I hope you don't mind, 144. I happen to believe that Goldfish is the South African version of the Star Wars Cantina band. You heard it here first. I happen to think that Goldfish is the South African version of the Star Wars Cantina band. Can you believe that the guy behind that fucking suit is the Kiffness?
Kirstenbosch. So it's this massive costume. I go on stage. I like hit my head on the tent because my head's up here. So I'm like walking on stage. I go, but anyway, I get my balance back, and then there I am, jamming in this goldfish costume. And you might be wondering,
look at
how
that
did
dance.
that happen? Well, my brother actually makes goldfish's music videos.
I want to ask him, did he choreograph that? What the fuck what is that move? What is that
the
move?
mascot was based off my or the videos are based off my dance moves.
Okay.
And I was an up and coming musician, and Goldfish gave me a lot of opportunities. So this was
I'm just a small time boy. I have to wear a costume. Let's go back to that. For fuck's sakes, I gotta see this shit again.
back.
Where's the video?
There I am, jamming in this goldfish costume.
Oh shit!
Might be
Yeah,
wondering-
you know what? That's how I dance after a couple of lagers at a quinceañera. I'm that uncle. Toots, toots. Somebody open the phone. Somebody answer the.
How did that happen? Well, my brother actually makes Goldfish's music videos.
Oh my
and the
God,
mascot was
Jesus
based
Christ.
off my or the videos are based off my dance moves.
Okay, so there's a music video floating out there. I'm gonna find all of this. There's a music video up there of the Kiffness based on his dance moves. Not of the Kiffness, but okay. That's bananas. All right, let's keep it bumping.
And I was an up and coming musician, and Goldfish gave me a lot of opportunities. So this was one of them where I get to jam in this mascot. And this thing was so hot, like you don't understand.
Yeah, those things.
It had a fan in the head to cool me down, but the fan had broken.
Nah.
So I'm jamming in this thing and I'm getting really hot. But it's all good. I get off stage and I just say, get this thing off. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. They try and take their head off and the zip breaks.
Oh, here we go.
So now I'm like, now I'm
Well, there's something in this story that he's telling, right? Look at where he is now, and if you hear the story of where he came from, okay, he didn't come from a war-torn country. He survived a massacre, and then I'm famous now here. No. There was a struggle. There was a period of time where he had to fucking put on a freaky costume and dance like an idiot on stage. Boop, boop, doo, 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 doo. You know, it's earned, right? It's like any man who has achieved anything in life understands that one had to work for it. And that is part of the work that he had to do to get where he is. Kudos to, it's a South African story. All right. Yeah, Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. Yeah, Murphy's Law. He's hot as fuck and the zip just breaks. He must finish the story. I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead. Just keep it bumping.
in this thing, and I'm not feeling good. Like, can feel, my nose is about to bleed or whatever.
Sweaty.
It was really
Let me
hot.
full screen this.
Very hot day like today. And eventually they got it off. But yeah, that's
Did
actually not a funny story. That's traumatic. I'm feeling traumatized all over again.
If you're claustrophobic, being locked up, look. Yeah, he would make a great mascot. Yeah. A mascot that comes with his own soundtrack. A fucking mascot that can make up his own songs. Yo, that's two for one. That's 2 for 1. Anyway, yeah, Murphy's Law, as you say, anything that can go wrong, it will. Now imagine you're claustrophobic. You're trapped in that fucking thing. The aircon is broken. Your nose is about to bleed. Yeah, panic attack. Here we go.
Did they cut it off? Did they use a chainsaw? What?
No, I think they just ripped the zip.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me think of a funny moment. I was playing a show in Germany, and I've got my little keyboard which is programmed to Ableton. But there's a program which syncs it to my software so that it works, and I forgot to do that for the show. We set up in a rush.
Whoops.
So I get on stage and I press the button to like.
Wait. So you got on stage, you didn't you know who you need, the Kiffness? You know who you need? You need 1044 to do a sound check for you. Hey, 1044? Maybe you should do the sound for the Kiffness so he doesn't press a button and fuck all happens.
Hit the kick drum and it's just like it's not working, or triggered something else. I think it triggered like a keyboard noise, so it's meant to be like doof doof
Yes.
doof,
Nah, that's
and just went bam bam.
yeah, that's an anticlimax.
As soon as
That's
that
an
happened, I stopped the show.
Oh, really?
I just said, forget any of that happening.
Whoops.
I'm going to go off stage. And when I come back on, you're going to go mad.
We'll do it in
It was
post.
like a Monty Python skit. So I stopped it. I restarted the show. I walked off stage and I came back on like this. And then I actually got the biggest cheer I think I've ever had.
Yeah, it helps having it helps having a sense of humor, dude. It helps having a sense of humor. You got to take one of the chin. He walk off stage and go, takes his backsies. How do the golfers say? Mulligan. I wish the divorce court worked like that.
Been really embarrassing. I could have shrunk into a shell and been like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Or I could just own it.
Yes.
Just,
Yeah.
carry on. And I think that's something, it's a skill that you learn as a performer. I'm sure you know as a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Which is something I would probably never do. I'm way too scared of like people not laughing at my jokes.
No, but you are a very funny guy. Like,
Yeah, but
you are.
in my own space, not on stage where you've got hecklers and like you're at the mercy of your audience,
Well, I mean, if you look at your X account, I think there's a lot of funny moments in this. If you kind of bring that persona onto the stage, I think you'd be quite good.
I don't think
I try not to be on X very much because Let me tell you guys something about social media that is kind of a bit of a thing. It's a little bit addictive. Cool. I understand that. It's useful. It's modern social, that's kind of how we are modern people, I know a couple of couples who've met through social media. However, you have to cut off sometimes. You need to go outside and touch grass, as the kids say, You really actually need to attach yourself to the real world, And this is where these activists get lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? The internet is global, but real world, that's local. And this is why you can get people who have never left the country. They've never left the Western Cape more than 3 times in their entire life. But they're really willing to burn their neighbors, cancel concerts for the lament of another land, right? I'm not going to put names to it. Just insert your own country. So yeah, social media does that. There's a certain psychopathy about it. So detach every once in a while. Go, let's touch grass. And holidays do it. It's not easy for everyone, but it's important to do it, man. It's important to do it. Let's keep it bumping.
I can think of funny things, but it takes me sometimes 3 minutes, And you can't do that when you're on stage. Like,
fair enough. Just hold on, guys, for 3 minutes. Hold on.
What do you mean, cut? Okay, 1044 says, that reminds me, I have to go cut grass. What do you mean, grass? What do you mean, grass? Do you have to do it now? Why is your grass so long there, brother?
Why?
1044?
no, you've got a heckler. He's just like going at you, and then you just hold that thought, and then you just stand there. Yeah, and then you have your thought.
Oh, you mean your lawn? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood you there, brother.
Too late, bro.
I think you should give it a shot.
Maybe it's a skill.
Yeah, yeah. It's like with any musician as well. I'm sure there's a lot of new musicians that might come up to you. Hey, do you have any advice for me? Blah blah. One of the things I tell comedians that are up and coming and people who want to try it, I say stage time. Stage time.
Yeah. Joe is 100% correct. I say the same thing to any new comic. I'm retired now, but I would say get on stage. You got to figure out a way to go and bomb. Don't purposefully go bomb, but you got to go just get that life experience. It's like a muscle. You train the muscle. Like for instance, me. I've been off stage for a minute, for a long while. I'm rusty as shit. I still got my material. I know my material. But man, getting back into it after all this time, rusty. So get on it.
Stage with me times. Don't judge your first show.
Because you are going to bomb.
Well, I mean, I've seen guys go on for the first time and do very well. But
I was one of them.
Starting point. It means you can only get better. And even if you bomb, even if you suck, you can still improve.
That's true.
It takes time for your mind to learn your voice in comedy, what you find funny, your style, all that stuff. If you're a one-liner comic, a storytelling comic, a blue comic, all those kinds of different genres of comedy.
It's like making a new friend, right? If you think about it, like making a new friend, you already know you got a lot of things in common. But how you articulate those things in common, you find your rhythm, Yeah, there are, different friends you interact with differently. You have different inside jokes with different friends. You are blessed if all of those friends can get together and you all have this common. So that's stand-up comedy. So you kind of build that rapport. All right. So, going to an Eddie Murphy show is very much different to going to a Rowan Atkins show. Both funny, but different vibe, right? Different vibe. And it would be nice if Dave Chappelle and Robin Williams were hanging out. Woo! What a show, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Stuff like that. That all takes time, years to perfect. And I'm sure it's the same with the as a musician. You know, you learn over time.
Right.
Oh, okay, I like this style. I like this. I like that. You know, let me change this
Not Papechai Sly. Papechai Sly. Eileen, could you help me out with this? What is Papechai Sly? I don't want to Google it because
we change that with your set and the songs that you do. So for being a comedian, I don't think it's a big jump. The only difference is, like, instead of doing music, you're obviously talking and
Right.
writing. Instead of writing music, you're writing jokes and stuff like that. So obviously there's a switch there, but
And every show is different.
every show is different.
Yep.
With me, every show is pretty much the same.
Come on now.
Well,
I disagree.
You can have your set, right, and then take it cross country and all that stuff. But with social media and stuff like that, once you do your one-man show and that goes on like Netflix or YouTube or wherever,
Gotta write new jokes.
you gotta write new jokes. Yeah, you do have to keep it fresh. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, I think you would be a funny guy if you ever did want to dabble. If you ever did want to dabble, I think you'd be a funny guy.
All right, before we get on to that segment over there, and yeah, we are about to land the plane. So 1044 says, my sense of humor is a bit dark for my friends. Oh, hey, oh, so you that guy, all right? Look, think about the Avengers, right? You got Captain America, you got Scarlet Witch, you've got fucking Thor. Everybody's got their different skills, right? Yours is just dark humor. Still, I guess you and Bruce Banner would get along really well. All right, so yeah, that's part of the Avengers. 1044, proper diversity. If all your friends had dark humor, then who the fuck are you? You just cut and paste. All right. So anyway, I think what Joe did here was kind of interesting. I think he's spurring on Mr. Kiffness to do stand-up comedy. Listen. Out. If you know what? Actually, Joe, I hope he's listening to this. If you're watching this, Joe, maybe we should write a 5-minute set for the Kiffness that he can perform at an open mic night of his choosing. What do you think? All right. Would you guys like to tell me in the comments below? Okay? All three of you. Would you like to see the Kiffness do a stand-up comedy set? I'll say it again. Would you like to see the Kiffness do a stand-up comedy set? 5 minutes. What do you think? I'm curious. I'm actually quite curious about this. Keep it bumping.
What's the space?
The sarcasm. I think the sarcasm you have is extremely funny. So
Hey,
I mean, you
Charmaine.
practiced up
Hey,
just off camera before.
Hey, what up, Shamizi? How's it going? Welcome. Look, you're not late. Don't worry about it. Look, I decided to do a reaction to Joe's video. I didn't know he was releasing it today, but yeah, it's all about the Kiffness. It's just a follow-up from the previous video that that you were here. You were here when I was doing the thing. But yeah. My question to you, Charmaine, would you like to see the Kiffness do a stand-up comedy set in 2026? Let's do it 2026. 5 minutes. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Welcome, Charmaine. You're not late. Willkommen.
We started the show, right, with my hip,
Oh yeah.
my X-ray looking like Palestine.
Sure. So, put the picture of your hip on the screen and don't tell me that Joe's hip does not look like Palestine.
Kiff,
This is why. This is the sort of shit that will get you cancelled. Being funny. Yeah, Joe Emilio's hip does look like Palestine. I didn't even think about that.
Kiff, once again, thank you so much for having me here and for giving me some of your time to do this interview.
Thanks for coming down the hill with your Palestine hip. Hey, you see, I'm
Joe Emilio went down to Kirstenbosch with his Gaza shuffle. Oh my God, shit! If you're not laughing, you're crying. If you're not laughing, you're crying.
a stand-up comedian, bro.
Free Palestine.
Free Joe's hip. From the femur to the hip goes.
From the femur. Oh shit! Oh, this shit writes itself. Oh my God. Yeah, no wonder you're getting canceled, bro. This shit is too funny, bro. Come on now. Think about the children. Think about the children. Yeah, but it's funny.
No, but you were there. You're almost there.
You see, I had the idea.
Yeah, you have the idea.
What are you talking about? That's a bit. That's material. Okay. I'm yelling into the mic. Joe, if you're watching this, we can write 5 minutes for the Kiffness if he wants to know what stand-up comedy is like. I've got a mic for the mans. Ladies and gentlemen.
You need to work on it. You just need to work on it. That's all.
By the way, femur to the toe.
From the
We must free Joe.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
But yeah, once again, Kiff, thank you so much for doing this, man. It's
Sure.
a pleasure meeting. I'm looking forward to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to Newsflash with Joe Emilio. Let us know in the comment section what you think about this conversation. And yeah, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.
I'll wait. Man, it turns out we watched the whole thing. But guys, yeah, so I'm going to leave the link to the full video below. Please go watch it. Comment. Make a comment in the video. Look, I do realize that I'm preaching to the choir largely, all right? You guys largely agree with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. But also, one of the reasons I'm trying to make more of these streams. I'll make videos, but it's largely to really lament, to point out, especially to younger people. If you're under the age of 30, all right, you really need to be a lot more cautious about your outrage, all right? If someone is really spurring you on to go burn a building because of XYZ, think about it twice at least, all right? That the first time you're going to feel some type of way, but the second time I compel you, put your feelings aside and be analytical. Think about it for a second. Is this normal? Is what you are being compelled to something conducive to a normal person? Because otherwise you're going to end up at Kirstenbosch Gardens in a fucking suit, protesting a guy who makes funny cat videos. That's how you end up like that. You need to cultivate your sense-making mechanisms, all right? Your sense-making mechanisms need to be on high alert, especially now, because everyone wants a piece of you, huh? Greta Thunberg wants a piece of you. The Free Palestine people want a piece of you. Well, have you been to Palestine? Think about it. Have you been to Palestine? Okay, you haven't. And I'm not saying, I am not saying don't not care. I'm just saying, what can you actually do? Does canceling a guy who makes cat videos, who the majority of South Africans love and appreciate, does that actually move your agenda forward? Or are you just looking stupid? Or are you just looking silly? All right? Think about it. Think about it. That's what we do in the upper room. This is what happens in the upper room. We fucking analyze this shit, but also we have some fucking fun. All right? All right. Okay, let's check the comments. I see Eileen has something to say over here. All right. Charmaine, you said Kiffness just dubbed Joe Palestinian hip hop. Oh my God. I didn't even see that. You know what? I'm gonna fucking bookmark. That's a comment of the fucking Palestinian hip hop. Oh my God, that's funny. That's a bit. That's funny. That's hilarious, Charmaine. Thank you for that one. I'm gonna keep that. Let me do this. Are you crazy?
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
You better get some help. Let me put on some music over here in the back. So yeah, what else you got going over here? 1044 says, from the femur to the hip, Jose will never again skip. From the femur to the hip, Jose will never skip, man. I love that. Oh shit, I'm bookmarking that motherfucker right there. 144. That's gold. That's gold, dude. That's gold. All right. So Eileen says, thank goodness we can choose to watch. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. I agree with. First sentence. Thank goodness we can choose to watch. We still have a choice. Pete, you one of my cute guys. Oh, hey, so much laughter we need. Hey, I tell you what, you goddamn fucking right. I moisturize. I got these cheekbones banging. Thank you for the compliment, Eileen. I appreciate you. Yeah. Who else? Charmaine. You guys are beefing over there. Okay, so Charmaine says, always ask the question, is this my own feelings or am I feeling someone else's? Yeah. Charmaine, you've been to therapy, haven't you? Or at the very least, you've been watching those therapy videos on YouTube. I see you. Okay. All right. You're a wise motherfucker right there. That's right. No, you're right. Just to add on to what you said, Charmaine, one of the most fruitful things I learned as a young man, and I'm not saying that I have answers or anything like that. I'm just trying to push sense-making mechanisms. What I'm trying to say is this: if you can develop an internal locus of control where your reactions and your emotions are determined by internal functionality, your thoughts and your feels, and the negotiation between the two. Because the world is always going to be the world. There's nothing you can do about a tsunami, but you can do about where you are during a tsunami. And so, did I say tsunami right? How many times am I going to say tsunami? Tsunami. Holy shite. But to finish the point, you're right. If you're under the age of 30, once again, if you're over the age of 30 and you still believe in bullshit, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Life is going to teach you. You either choose to listen or not. If you don't listen, you're fucked. But if you're under the age of 30, young person, fuck the world. Don't wake up every morning expecting the universe to hand you something. Everything you want in this life, you have to work for. At least you got to do something. All right? These old people who keep telling you that you're the victim. When you wake up in the morning, somebody somewhere else is supposed to hand you something. They're lying to you. And you can see. You don't have to believe me. This is the upper room. You don't have to believe me. As the host of the upper room, I'm just going to tell you the truth, dog. They're lying to you. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. All right? So you have to actually work. All right? You actually have to do it. Racists, they're never going away. They're never going away. What you want is for them to get out of your way. What you want is to have that influence diminished. And it is diminished. So, before I keep rambling, I can rage on this. But I will say this. Young person, the problem is not external. The biggest problem is internal. Your situation is not going to change in 5 minutes. But in your mind, you can actually change your shit. This is your biggest weapon. So, if you still believe that you're a victim, okay, then you're going to be a victim. And so therefore, what you need to do is get the fuck out of the way. Because guys like the Kiffness, they're on the way to success. Guys and people who come to the upper room, we don't give a fuck. We already make fun of you, all right? So join the upper room, become a higher level thinker. And this is not a bougie thing. This is just adherence to what is true and real, flaws and all. We're not fighting dragons over here. We write about dragons. All right, I'm raging. It's almost 2 hours. Let me see if I can land this plane. Charmaine, what did you say? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that you set me off on that comment there, Charmaine. What else? 1044. Attention is their currency. 1044, you make a fucking fantastic point there. Attention. Let me shorten it. Attention is currency. Attention is currency. And you want to be a fucking billionaire. I'm going to let that one sit for a sec. Attention is currency and you want to be a billionaire. So where you spend your time is important. They want you to spend your attention on their shit. Yeah, come to my protest. Nope. Problem solved. You're right. Okay, Charmaine says, yes, anger takes 1 second to destroy. It only takes 1 minute to change course and make better choices. God damn. You've been fucking around with the Stoics, huh? Charmaine, you sound like you have a good man with you. I'm sorry. That's very wise. That 100% correct. Well, yeah. Boy. Oh, man, that was a jab of it. But guys, let me land this plane. We fight with dark humor, yes. One of the reasons I got into stand-up comedy was because there had to be an outlet. I was being selfish. But it really... having an opportunity to outlet my personality, whatnot, because I wrote a lot of my ideology in my jokes. And so just, hearing people echo and laugh at stuff that I was actually truly thinking about was kind of a reward in itself. And yeah, I was not... It compelled me not to want to go protest concerts because I disagree with the performer politically. Whack! Anyway, guys, thank you so much. You guys stuck around. I'm going to land this plane because, you know, I might have a lunch date later. 144 has something to say over here. I have noticed over the years, it's not a race thing, but difference in ideology. I don't dislike Julius because he's black, but because he's a champagne socialist, a Karl Nijhorst, just like Kyle Nair. Shit, the fucking gems that pop out of this fucking channel. I love the upper room. You guys are wise motherfuckers. That's right. I agree with you. And much like you know me in this channel, I talk a lot. Yeah, 144. I talk a lot about pop culture, and I talk about movies and why the themes in these movies are important, and I'd like to think that I talk a lot more about ideology rather than politics. All of it is downstream, right? It's all part of the same thread, you know. Depends on which thread are you looking at, but it's really not about race. It's about ideology. It's about belief systems. It's about worldview. It's about these goggles, right? If you're looking at the world with, by the way, these I only wear these because the lights are bright and it's a little awkward for me. But anyway, I wear these. But anyway, it's about if you're wearing rosy sunglasses and someone else is wearing dark sunglasses, you guys are going to look at the world differently. It's the same thing. You're looking at the same thing, but slightly differently, right? And so, if your ideology is through a power, oppressor oppressed spectrum, oppressor white, oppressed black. Of course, you're going to look at black people as bottom barrel, incapable, can't think. You got to give them thoughts. A guy like me, I'm often called a bootlicker. No, I just like the Kiffness's funny cat videos. Now I'm a bootlicker? What the fuck? That's racist, I'm an Uncle Tom? That's racist. But if you have a particular set of ideology, and if you truly believe that you're fighting racism, fighting the power, a guy like me is an enemy of you. So therefore, it's okay to call me as a black man a bootlicker, an Uncle Tom. I'm pushing 50. Yeah, I can't think for myself. Yeah. And this is from liberal white people. Anyway, it's about the ideology. See? It's not even about their whiteness. It's about their ideology. I get the same fucking thing from anybody else who holds that same ideology. Whew! All right, look, listen. It's been 2 hours nearly. Let me land the plane. Charmaine says, "Okay, look here. I'm only wise because I've gotten into so much shit in my life." Yeah, life tends to do that, ne, Charmaine? I've been through it. You weren't there, man. I was there in Nam. I was in Nam. All right, let me continue your sentence over here. Okay. I was one of the tested. I was the one that tested and checked everything out that people said. Yeah. You're the one. Jeez. Reset. I was the one that tested and checked everything out that people said, don't do that. Okay, cool. So you are the contrarian. You're like, you said that I shouldn't do that? Let me check this out. Yeah, Charmaine, one of my favorite quotes from my favorite philosopher, Rick Sanchez. He said, your boos mean nothing because I've seen what makes you cheer. If you tell me not to do that, and And I've seen what you've tried to tell me to do. And what you tried to tell me to do was fucked up. Yeah, I'm going to have a closer look at what you don't want me to do. Maricum. Anyway, let's keep it bumping. Renee, thank you so much for showing up. Appreciate you. Woo! Late nights. All right. Eileen, thank you so much for showing up. You be well. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to be about, but yeah. 1044, still blasting. Politics is just ideologies fighting for power. Yeah, that's right. It's the story of history, nay, brother. It's the story of history. All you got to do is figure out how to dance behind it. There you go. Oh, guys. Yeah, thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, guys. All right, so look, let me land this plane. I'm looking outside. I live in an apartment building, and underneath the apartment has this really good Greek cafe with good beers, fantastic people, cute waitresses. So I'm going to go downstairs and grab a beer. I'm on holiday. Yeah, I just wanted to say, how's it? And yeah, Joe Emilio, all the links to the videos are in the comments below. I mean, the description below. But yeah, this is the upper room. This is what we do. This is what we do. Welcome to the upper room. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Big Lee. Make sure you put on your sunscreen. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is Pete Swagger, Bold Bonanza. Don't be cock. Be kiff.